And we have a start. All 6 crews off cleanly. We have a bright spot in the clouds, very colorful, high air here. Top 3 crews on the left side are off almost in unison. Navy back about a half a length on them. Harvard up about half a length on Navy, which puts them pretty close to the lead. And Wisconsin about a half length down on Harvard. So over there in lanes 1, 2, and 3, Northeastern might be down a seat. Cornell over in lane 1. And it looks like Princeton in lane 3 has about a deck and a couple of seats. Penn in lane 5 doing well too. Wisconsin a half a length down. And the water has just gone dead flat. Over to Dave.
With a pretty good lead over Northeastern. Northeastern and Pennsylvania just about level. Then just a little bit back from them is Cornell, followed by Navy and Wisconsin over here on this side of the course, lane 6. Probably a length and a half from 1st to 6th. Not much more than that. Let's see what we got on a stroke rate for Syracuse here. Still got a good sized tailwind, pretty fast conditions. 37 for the Orangemen of Syracuse. They've got the orange uniforms and the orange blade with the blue tips in the middle of the course, and they're really moving away from Northeastern. Northeastern and Pennsylvania still fighting for second in this small final. Northeastern has probably a 2-seat advantage over Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania then up by 3 seats on Navy. Navy by a seat over Cornell, and Cornell by about 3 seats over Wisconsin. So everybody's still in contact at the 1,000, but Syracuse really moving well, and they've got just about a length on Northeastern. Northeastern has moved clearly into second. 3rd place is Pennsylvania. 4th is Cornell. 5th is Navy. Those 3 are probably separated by about 3 seats, and Wisconsin another half a length back. Syracuse and Northeastern now on a charge in the second 1,000. This third 500 is where Northeastern is investing their energy. They're moving up seriously on Syracuse. Northeastern's taken a big move. Syracuse has to respond. Northeastern raised their rate up close to 40 for a little bit in there. They took a bit of a burst and cut a full third of a length off of that Syracuse lead. So Syracuse is now really feeling the pressure. They're pushing it. 38.5 for Northeastern. They're really on. They're trying to do the best they can to stay on terms with Syracuse. That's pushing those two out to open water up on Cornell in lane 1, and then comes Navy, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin in that order. Probably about 5 seats separating the last 4 boats. This is 500 to go. Let's send it to the tower for the call.
For that Northeastern bow ball. Stroke by stroke, this Northeastern crew in lane 2 is pushing their way back up towards the Syracuse bow ball, really making this an exciting race. As Syracuse have walked away early from a lot of these crews, but now Northeastern creeping back up on them. So this Syracuse coxswain is going to need to be aware of what's happening around them to make sure that if they want to win this petite level final, they do what needs to be done here in the last 40 strokes or so. As we approach those red buoys last 250 meters, it is still Syracuse leading, Northeastern in second. It does look like Navy might be pushing their way up into the mix for maybe a 3rd place in the petite level final, but Wisconsin and Pennsylvania on the far side are right in the mix. Does look like Cornell has started to fade off the pace of all the other crews here. They did have a hard heat this morning, really having to push themselves to as they tried to get into the grand finals. But right now the lead still goes to Syracuse, with Northeastern still chasing hard, down maybe 2/3 of a length, less than 10 strokes to go. I can see the Syracuse coxswain sitting on that Northeastern bow ball here, really moving well. Northeastern had a great charge, but they just didn't have enough to overtake Syracuse here. It is Syracuse through the line, followed by Northeastern. Cornell and Navy are pretty well matched. It looks like it did go to Cornell for a third, followed by Navy, then Pennsylvania, and then Wisconsin. A great petite level final for these third varsity heavyweight 8